what I did was take everything off the bar cart and the shelves, and I washed them and cleaned them. Now the idea came to me when I decided to put everything back, because that shelf was right where the little trolley is right now. I moved the bar cart, which is where the shelf is now. So I moved that over to the left, and I decided to order another one of the Vittsjo shelf to put on the opposite side. So in this video, I'm going to do an assembly. I'm going to try to explain as much as I can and hope you can follow me putting it together. All this stuff here, I'm kind of tired of looking at it, but I'm limited on space, so I have to do what I have to do. Now, I would have loved to put a pantry here. I did see one at Home Depot, but it's not tall enough. And then I've considered going underneath my cabinets, you know, and try to edit by getting rid of some more things. I've gotten rid of so much, because I came from a much bigger kitchen to this little tiny kitchen. And technically I don't need a whole bunch of stuff, but those pots, I'm trying to figure a way to go ahead and put them under the cabinets and leave the little you know, appliances on this shelf. I would put it in the garage, but I don't like going out there if I can help it. I'll leave the basket there and just put like my rice cooker. I have the ice machine, my air fryer, and then my pots are looking a little beat up, so I'm going to try to clean this cabinet out underneath and put them underneath there. Now, you're probably wondering, why do I have the seasoning salt and the garlic salt underneath there? Because I'm hiding it, okay? Someone in this house is not supposed to have it, and I don't want him to see it. So I stuck it underneath there. And over here, I need to go through that again. And, you know, I keep all my pot lids there, and my, oh God, I'll get blank on, I can't remember the name of this thing. Anyway, the little hand mixer, and my, oh, you know what I'm talking about. Whew. Anyway, what I make my smoothies with. Okay, and I keep some of my baking pans and stuff like here, which I can do better with some of this. So yeah, my next task is to get and pull all this stuff out from underneath this cabinet, see what I really need, because I don't need all that stuff. I don't use it. Now, I went under my refrigerator and under my stove, and look at this. Disgusting. I ordered this thing from Amazon because I was able to get underneath places that you can normally reach. So look what I pulled out. I'm still trying to figure out how all that got underneath my stove, underneath my refrigerator, as much as I sweep and vacuum. And then I understand under your dryer or behind your washing machine. But look at this. That is so disgusting. Anyway, yeah, get you one of these, people. You'd be surprised what's hiding underneath there. So, yep, this is, I'm going to style the shelf in a little bit. Put everything back, and I'm done with this. So, I hope you enjoy my assembly video. And I hope it helps someone out there to assemble. Look at that. Hopefully it helps someone to assemble their shelf. All right. All right, my Vittsjo shelf arrived. I'm doing about unboxing. I wanted to attempt to do a tutorial on how to assemble this thing, because looking on YouTube, I didn't see very many. I saw the shorter shelves, so that's why I wanted to try to do one for anybody that wants to see how it is to put it together. It's really not difficult. Problem is, I was having a hard time filming this, so you might see bits and pieces. I'll do the best to show you. Now that dress, you might see that dress on many videos because that's the coolest, comfortable thing I have around here right now, because it is 3-degree weather here. And everything else that I have does not breathe. I'm miserable. So that's my favorite comfortable dress. All right, at the bottom of the shelf, you probably can't see that I've already screwed those in. Now, the next step that I'm going to do is try to screw this bottom piece onto the first layer. As you can see, I have them on the slot. Now what I'm going to do, I'm using a screw that's flat at the tip, and that's what I'm going to use. I think it's about 26 of those. So you're mostly going to use those throughout the entire assembly. The pointed ones is just for screwing on the wooden shelves to the bottom, very bottom, and the very top. So I'm using my little tiny screwdriver because I'm too lazy to go in the back and get my other screwdriver. It's interesting when you're looking at this video, it looks like I'm doing counterclockwise when actually I'm turning clockwise. So don't let that confuse you. I'm turning to the right. Uh-oh, I got my power screwdriver. I'm using that out of desperation because I'm tired. Sometimes you want the quick way of doing this. Okay, now that 1, 2, and 3 is done, we're going to move on to step number 4, which is where I screwed up and had to fix, but you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. I searched YouTube to find some instructions on how to assemble this shelf, this tall shelf. I put part of it together, then realized I left out a step, so I had to take it apart and discovered that this is the side I'm supposed to start with first, because these 2 holes here. Now this part I got right. Okay, let me go up and show you. See, there's the only 2 that have those holes at the top and at the bottom like that. And the rest of them have, see how this made? No holes. No hole right there, just over here and here, but none here because those are where the glass shelves are going to have to sit on it. Now what you have to do is go through and find the one that has the holes, has 2 holes, as I'm indicating here. That's the only one that will have that on both ends. And you'll see why in a bit. That is item number 4. See, the rest of those don't have it. Just that one particular one. Okay? Just make sure the rail that you're starting with first assembling this thing is the first one that you use. The other one you'll put on top, which you'll see. But yeah, you want to make sure, because that has 2 holes on both that side and the opposite side as well, if I'm making any sense. And then you can follow your instructions. And then what you're going to do is just screw it on just like you do the other ones, which you see here, which I screwed them on. But those 2 holes are going to stay open for now, and you'll see why. There you go, see? And that's what goes there. All using the same flat top screw. Now I'm just going to attach the rest of these rails or ladders or whatever you call it to this base, to the ladder base. and screw them down using again the flathead screw. I'm just going to put them on. I'll come back and tighten them later. Let me get in a better position here so you can see what I'm doing. Alright. Hope you get the idea now. Per your instructions. Trying to give you a better picture. So as you can see, all I'm doing now is screwing them on. I'm not screwing them down tight right now. I'm losing my voice. That one doesn't want to cooperate. So when you have a situation like this, just switch screws, get another screw. Because what you don't want to do is strip it, which is what would happen if I continue to do that. Luckily, they do give you a couple extras in case. Some people don't, but I didn't know that at the time. So as you see, I'm going to try it on the other side and see if it works over there. And it does. For some reason it just didn't want to go over there. And yes, they're all loose. Well, let me go and tighten it a little bit more. Which once I get everything properly laid, I'm going to go back and do a final tightening just to make sure everything is secure. Now let's do this one. And that went in without any problem. Using my little hand screwdriver to tighten it, because that power screwdriver will strip a screw. Uh-oh, that one is still loose. But I took care of it. And then I'm just going to continue on. Now you're going to go ahead and attach these the same way we did with the others. Now I am continuing on and add the rest of them, tighten them down, and then move on to the next step. I'm checking them, tightening them up, and check them one more time, which I can still tighten them up as I move along further. Or once everything is put together and assembled, I can go back and check the screws and make sure they're tight. Now here's the other part where you're going to add the other rail on top of that. And struggling with that, I found the easy way to do it is just put one side in and then drop the other side down. And you'll see in a bit. I found it doing it this way is a lot easier, because once you put one side in, get that locked in, you can move the legs on the other side and put them right in where they belong. Now I do have another one which I could have referred to, but I have a lot of glassware on it and I was not about to move it to find out. Now the other one I've had for years. I'm surprised they still sell these, which I was happy because I wanted one on each side of my window at this point. Get rid of the bar cart, kind of edit down some of the stuff I had and just, you know, clean up, make it a little bit more organized. So yeah, this worked out just fine. Now what I'm doing on this side is seating them down by, you know, guiding the rails right into it, and then screw it down, and that's done. That part will be done. I was talking, but the fan noise in the background was so loud that I decided to do a voiceover. Now you can see everything is seated properly, and now I'm going to screw that in. Just double checking. I have been doing a lot of DIYs and decorating for years. We just didn't have YouTube back then. And I only got on YouTube because I had a website at the time. And a friend of mine told me that was one way to promote it. So that's how I got on here. And eventually I got comfortable to come on camera. And even comfortable to come on looking the way I'm looking right now. Anyway, yeah. So I'm still a little old lady trying to do, you know, DIY stuff and assemble things. Now I'm going to put that plate on by lining it up. Now remember, it's important, that's the second step. You always start from the bottom, and the one from the bottom is the next one that you would put this on, if I'm making any kind of sense here. And then you move on up to the top. But yeah, right, I'm trying to screw these in. And then I have to do the opposite, not the opposite side, but up above and do that one. Because this is actually the back of the shelf. Just extra support. And then it also has where you can actually screw it to the wall for safety. Because I live in earthquake country, and I do not want, in case we start shaking, it starts shaking. More than likely my glasses will probably fall off, but the shelf won't fall down. I'm going to tighten that. Okay, that one is done. I have to do the same thing at the top. Now I am going to do the same thing here. And then once I'm done with this, make sure everything is tight. Go back and check all your screws and make sure they're tight. Then I'm going to stand it up on the ground and then put the top piece on. And then from there, once that's done, I'm going to screw the wooden shelf at the top and the wooden shelf at the bottom. Stay tuned. So it's just a matter of putting this into its little slots. And you use the same flat screws that we used to put this together. You see those second holes? Those are the ones you're going to use to screw it to the wall. Now that I've gotten all that done, I'm at the point where I need to put the shelves on. Now, this is going to be challenging because trying to put the shelf, you see, the way I'm doing it right there, that's the way it's supposed to go. Then it's you screw from the top into it, but I have to hold it and then screw it, which is hard. So I think the best way to do it is to just lay it on its side and do it. Now here I'm trying to figure a way to get it on there and be able to screw it at the same time. Sometimes it helps to have extra help. I didn't have any at the time. I'm very persistent when I want something done, and if, you know, I'm not gonna wait on anybody. So I'm gonna do it, try to do my best. So as you can see, I'm trying to fit it in this little slot here. Then I gotta figure out how to hold it. I guess I could have gotten some clamps, but I wasn't about to go out in the garage to do that. Because I could have clipped the clamps down, that would have held it in place and allowed me to screw it in. Now this is where the little tiny pointy screws come in handy. This is what they're for. What had happened was I kept trying to use the screw and the screw was not going through. So sometimes you have to, you know, pre-drill it. And after so many attempts of trying to put the screw in and it kept falling out, I just went ahead to help it out by using a little tiny drill bit just to get a starter hole. And that way I was able to get the screws in. I had to do the same thing here with this piece because I think let's see, is that the top or the bottom? Heck, I can't remember. Anyway, I had to do the same thing on both pieces. And right now my bag, a little tool bag, is holding that piece from falling forward. So I can screw it, a little tiny screw in. Yeah. The other one in there that I've had for ages, I spray painted gold once before, and I didn't like it anymore, so I spray painted back to the original way I purchased it, which was black. Well, she can't make up her mind. I'm always changing things. See that pre-drilling? That's all it took. I have a metal garden bed to put together, which that ain't happening today. Okay, done. She's done. I'm done. There it is. I have to clean up, style it, and all that, but I'm not going to bore you with that. You'll see it once everything is done. But right now I have to take a break, rest. I still have to dust off some of the little sawdust and put the shelves on. Now, these little stickers here, you peel this off and you put them on these. And that keeps the glass from, you know, it protects the glass. Like over there. All right. All right, it's now anchored to the wall. I only use one side. For some reason in the right-hand corner, I can't screw in there. And I don't want to force it. Something is stopping me, so I decided don't push it. Anyway, I used the drywall anchor on the side, so it's in there. I just have to add the shelves. I put the little sticker things to keep the shelves in place. And that's it. And I'll style it. And put the little glassware on top of it. Like I said, some of this glassware Well, you know, I've gotten rid of so much, but I just kept a few little pieces. But because I'm limited on space, I have to, you know, use it. I'm going to try to use those 2 bottom shelves and try to just decorate the other 2, possibly. We'll see. Please don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you'll know when I upload more videos. And I'll see you on the next one. You take care now. Bye.